Ohio moved in the area. It's not one of our residents, but I gave her good customer service and she was happy and pointed her in the right direction. Resident at 102 Military Drive, Church Lane, he was concerned about them being put out. He came in, wanted to offer a property in town for them to live in, but they were already taken care of. That's the house that had the fire. We had a gentleman who was looking for a daycare facility, but it was not in town. We had a member of the Chatham, of the town farmers market. Great discussion with her. She is going to be selling bread here starting tomorrow for the next several weeks. But the thing that was most interesting, and I want to give her the credit for it, is there's a picture of a mural at a community market. She said, why don't we wrap the farmers market in a mural? So I thought that was a worthy idea. But I'll pass that along to you and the community. The resident at 11 Linear Lane was directed to, spent quite a bit of time on her, directed her to the Planning Commission. That's coming up. Learned today, basically, that I don't have a lot to work with on doing a setback or an easement type of thing. So something to think about going forward. I'll talk with Rachel about that a little bit more.
What's she trying to do? I mean,
She has part of a structure that's in an alley that has no name.
Yeah, I know the alley.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to get in trouble if she tears it down and then rebuilds in the same spot. Because there is a bit of an easement on the alley.
Is that, the only question I have is I know that there's some drain pipes that go down there over to the 911 office over there, so I would just say you might want to be careful of that. And that might be a little bit low farther down the street.
It might be. I put it over to the planning commission just because I needed some help with it. And I also know neighbors across the street from that, so I just kind of thought it would be best to do that.
That alley serves about 4 houses.
That's correct.
And she wants to get into the alley, is that what she wants to do?
No, she doesn't. She wants to tear down her structure and rebuild. So
Is it a shed?
An existing
Shed?
no, it's part of a deck.
Okay.
And
Is
the-
it on the right side?
And the deck is, and they probably did this because of the easement, her deck is not anchored into the ground. It's sitting on bricks, like the,
Like a little footing.
yeah, and it's just out in the open, it's nothing really supporting it. She would like to put it in the ground, but keep it in the same location.
The fire department could use that out in terms of, get back in there.
Not likely.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what's going on. I'm familiar with that. I thought she's actually asked questions, but, there
Should
was,
she have to go to court to remove an easement?
I don't think she's asking to remove the easement.
just wants
She's
a variance.
Yeah, just
Right.
asking to rebuild her
And as long as
deck.
she keeps the same footprint.
But she's not.
If she puts actual footers in, then, but she says she's gonna keep the same dimensions of where it is, but she's gonna support it where it is.
I think that alley is a shared interest by 3 other folks too.
That's what he said, 4.
4, yeah. So,
Well, and then her.
We'll work our way through it.
Yeah, there's, her property too is on that alley, so that make it 5.
We'll work our way through it. I think we've talked about we might have to have a public hearing.
That's
Those
correct.
other residences might have to say it's fine with being out here.
The previous owner used it for his driveway, and he went to the trouble to pay it. And we never would have done that, but Claude Emerson did that. And of course, it's got like a covered, carport behind that. So this is before the carport, this goes into her back door, right?
Yes.
On the side.
Yeah, it's not the carport, the carport's off the outside of it. And this is a little, the previous owner used it as a ramp for the wheelchair to kind of get out the back door.
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't happen, but Gina May said, excuse me, the resident at 15 Lanes that had the fire, they were supposed to be tearing it down by now, and as that process has not happened. But they are gonna tear down the entire home. The foundation is going to, an engineer determined the foundation was burned and destroyed, so it's gonna be a completely new building. Right over here, 42 Depot Court, had an extensive discussion with this resident about water coming off the fire station. And it's hitting what used to be a ditch, which is no longer a ditch, going across Depot Court and making its way across the yard and, I guess, soaking their basement wall. It only happens in the heaviest of rain, so it does not happen in a light rain. So there's a picture of it, and if you look, there looks like there's a ditch with rock in it. That is not the ditch. That is a border you put in. The resident did not know how to put the rock in, and there is no ditch. It just kind of flows across. When the fire station was built, it looked to me that they used fill dirt that they built the fire station on, and that fill dirt went into the ditch that used to exist on the east side of Depot Court. And that ditch appears to me like it used to run north and out to the, toward Hargrave. And now that's all filled in, the water just kind of goes across. And anyway, I talked with him. I know Sarah's looked at doing something over there with a pipe, possibly. I don't know exactly what we can do here, that would be up to council, but it is a problem. The resident also had another problem, I think, with an easement that might be coming up, that this is a separate issue. But it looks like when we built the fire station, we claimed a massive easement around Depot Court that went into their property and they have 2 lots there, and took about half of one of their lots. Literally half one of their lots is gone. So the lady of the home, she was mad. She said, hey, I grew up in this house right here. You see the foundation? It looked like it was about a tobacco barn size foundation. She said, I grew up there. This is where I grew up. This is my property. And according to what I'm looking at, it's been consumed by the town. And there's no road. It's been consumed for no purpose, what I can tell. Depot Court actually turns, and what the town is, the easement's going straight toward Hargrave, and it goes straight down their lot and takes about half their lot. So I'm working with them on that, but I asked them to go and get a surveyor to survey the lot and make sure we're not seeing something that is just incorrect and everything's right. But I did go back and look at 1994 property map, and I gave that to the homeowner so he can go and talk with the surveyor. Other than that, it was just a small complaint about some yard waste, but that's about it. The other thing not mentioned is I did talk with the gentleman who owns that lot over on Depot Street that has the impounding lot for the cars. He is supposed to be out of there by May. But he said the owner might rent to somebody else who might bring cars in which case I'll be talking with the owner when someone new comes in. But I didn't see any point going after the guy if he was gonna be gone in a month anyway. So, his sign is out there on US 29. I think he bought that building out there, just across Spanish River Bridge. You guys have seen it, transportation, white banner.
DiCello's Pizza.
It's not a pizza, it's,
It was DiCello's.
oh, gotcha. That was way before me, Mr. Black. And Michael Pugh's been putting me to work in the back with the lights, not on town time. I just walk out there and help him. And I would like to highlight one more thing. Mayor Davis, Ms. Hawker, myself, Sarah and Randy attend, but we've been working on a 250th 4th of July thing with the county. Some of us are more excited about it than others, but we're gonna have a lot of music. It should be a lot of fun. We're gonna have phase 2. We'll have Starlet and the Bluegrass Knights, and then we'll have Matt Boswell and his band. And so all that'll be rocking starting around 2 o'clock until it'll go right up to the fireworks show, which will be between us and the Ag Center. So it'll be pretty exciting.
Okay, anybody have any questions?
I wanted to say something, Bill, I really appreciate you pursuing the dam safety. That's been a concern